So this is interesting. Alan Nixon of The Sun has said this about Chansiri, so we'll go into this right now. So Chansiri doesn't want to sell, but he's willing to have investors come into the club. Now, this is something we spoke about in the past, about Chansiri needing to have other people to come in and helping on the financial side. This makes a lot of sense, but it also makes you look at what just happened at Red Bull and go, maybe turn a new leaf, maybe want to try and do this a little better, having more people come in and help invest in the club than it just be run by him. Now, I think that makes a lot of sense. If he doesn't want to go lead the club, if he doesn't want to sell, like we all know he doesn't, having people come in and be investors makes a lot more sense. It makes it easy. He can still have the control of the club he wants, but giving a little bit away, or having somebody come in to help him with the financial stuff. It's no surprise to me that this is something that is starting to be talked about, because for the longest time, I think Chansiri needed people to come in and help him invest into the club, help him on the financial side, maybe even on the general running side. They could have people who come in, invest, and help with the general running side as well. Now, this does have caveats, this does have issues as well. They start meaning more people come in. Then if you take a little bit of a stake, maybe someone might want to add a bit more of a stake, and so on and so on. Now, I don't know if that means he would need to give up a certain percentage of the club for that person to invest and go, look, I'm going to invest this much, but I want 10% kind of thing, and not a full sale. Maybe he finds something where, so he said, I'm going to put in X amount and it's 30%. He still has majority control, but that person got 30% of the say of what happens at the club. Interesting that this is coming out just after the Red Bull stuff, actually. I find it very interesting that the Red Bull stuff had just happened, and yet we're now talking about this style of situation, about talking about investment. You want people to come in and help the club out and do things like that, which, again, I find it very interesting that this is something that started to happen now and started to be talked about. So let's see what happens. This could be something really interesting and big, but for the investment to be right, it's got to be right for the club, it's got to be right for Chansiri, and you've got to go with that. So we'll see what happens. But as I said, Chansiri is looking for active investment in Sheffield Wednesday Football Club.